Salam aleikum, Brukim Abaim, benvingudas, bienvenidos, bienvenidas, welcome a todo el mundo, to everybody, a la 20ª ceremonia conjunta del Día de los Caídos israelíes y palestinos, el acto más simbólico de la coexistencia binacional no violenta. Para empezar, en nombre de J-COL Barcelona y del Instituto de Estudios Judíos de Barcelona, queremos agradecer al CCCB y al Institut Català Internacional per la Pau y CID, ahí está el director, por haber traído a nuestra ciudad a Bassam Aramin y a Rami Elhanan, dos impresionantes y voy a decir increíbles activistas que demuestran que la reconciliación sí es posible. Y particularmente agradecemos a Jordi Almadans, que es el promotor de esta iniciativa de habernos traído y habernos permitido disponer de ellos en una ceremonia tan sensible como la que tendremos a continuación o que nos uniremos a continuación. Vale, unas breves palabras sobre J-COL España, otra ocurrida. Nosotros somos una asociación fundada el año 2018 por un grupo de judíos y judías progresistas de la ciudad de Barcelona. Desde el 2024 se incorpora un grupo de activistas en Madrid y nosotros nos ampliamos y cambiamos nuestro nombre a J-COL España. J-COL España es importante decirlo, es una asociación independiente y es autofinanciada. ¿Okay? J-COL tiene como objetivo crear un marco de participación ciudadana, promoviendo diferentes acciones e iniciativas destinadas a acabar con la ocupación de Cisjordania y Jerusalén Este y la destrucción masiva de Gaza, e intentar establecer el diálogo para alcanzar una paz sostenible entre Israel y Palestina basada en la igualdad y la libertad para todos. Nuestro objetivo es dar a conocer en España el trabajo de los distintos movimientos binacionales de base, civiles de base, israelo-palestinos, que trabajan desde la resistencia no violenta y denuncian la ocupación israelí y sus violentas consecuencias sobre la población palestina, a la vez que promueven la coexistencia de ambos pueblos. Y para finalizar, en estos momentos tan difíciles y tan violentos y desesperados, no es cuestión de ser pro-palestino o pro-israelí, sino ser definitivamente pro-paz.
Hola a todos. Welcome. We are Natalie Cartes and we are from the Institute of Jewish Studies here in Barcelona, founded 3 years ago here in Casa Verde. We offer and plan educational program, cultural and artistic program, and we focus mainly on the Sephardic branch of Judaism, and we are very greatly, we feel the responsibility to host this important event today.
To add something shortly, to remind us all that seeking peace is a Jewish thing. We are commanded not only to seek peace, but to chase peace. Yodov Shalom. So we are, I think, in this context, we are very happy to host this event and to remind us all of other possibilities. Thank you very much.
Hola a todos, estamos muy contentos de estar aquí en nuestra primera actividad a nivel estatal y con el grupo de J-COL Madrid. Gracias a todos los que lo han hecho posible, los voluntarios de J-COL, y gracias a Rami y a Bassam que van a intervenir y nos van a ayudar con su ejemplo, ¿no? Elegir la humanidad, elegir la esperanza. La verdad que el lema de esta 20 conmemoración conjunta israelí-palestino es más necesaria que nunca. Queremos invitar a todos los amigos que nos acompañan hoy que nos sigan en nuestras redes sociales, que se acerquen si están interesados en colaborar con J-Call. Queremos extender nuestro movimiento a nivel de Madrid y a nivel estatal. Quiero dar especialmente también las gracias aquí a Jorge Drexler, que nos acompaña hoy especialmente, y que al final de la ceremonia nos va a interpretar una canción muy simbólica sobre la humanización del otro, ¿no? Y ante todo, muchísimas gracias, y creo que estamos todos muy emocionados de esta primera actividad y con mucho interés de oír a nuestros compañeros de Barcelona que nos relaten su experiencia de primera mano como actores que trabajan por la reconciliación y en la paz en el terreno, en el día a día. Muchísimas gracias de Barcelona y os paso la palabra desde Madrid.
Ahora tenemos el honor de presentar a Bassam, Aramin y a Rami Elhanan, palestino israelí, que como muchos otros palestinos e israelíes, y hay que decir que sobre todo palestinos, han sido golpeados por una misma tragedia. Los dos perdieron una hija en actos de violencia perpetrados por el otro bando. Matar, la hija de Rami, fue asesinada en un atentado suicida perpetrado por Hamas en 1997. Tenía 15 años. Rami, la hija de Bassam, fue asesinada 10 años más tarde por un policía israelí de fronteras. Tenía 10 años. Dos niñas inocentes perdieron sus vidas en la espiral de violencia y muerte que sacude esa tierra asolada cada vez más por el odio. Y hay decenas de miles de casos violentos. Es difícil imaginar el dolor que padecieron y todavía padecen ellos y sus familiares si no te ha ocurrido a ti. Dolor, rabia, impotencia, que muy fácilmente se convierten en odio al otro. Pero Bassam y Rami, como si fueran alquimistas, convirtieron su dolor en un empeño por acabar con el conflicto que asola a los dos pueblos, aunque no de manera simétrica, y luchar por una solución basada en el diálogo, la no violencia y el reencuentro y la reconciliación con el otro.
We belong to the chosen people, so we need to start. Well, when you ask me about the alternative Memorial Day it was, and why we said alternative, let us say the joint Palestinian and Israeli Memorial Day. It was very difficult for me personally, the first event. I need to decide to go to this ceremony and for the Palestinians to remember the soldiers who killed my daughter. It's not easy. And for the Israelis, they need to come to remember those who killed their daughters and sons. And we said we are remembering the victims and the price of this conflict, the price of this occupation. We argue about 75 years of occupation, or it's 55 years, or 60 years. And we said occupation have no age. Occupation have a price. And the price that we are dying, both of us. And the end, both of us are victims to this occupation, to this conflict from both sides. So we decide, in spite it's very difficult on both sides, to join our forces and our feeling and to say we want to share our pain together and share the future, the hope together. Because we come together, which is unbelievable. We didn't end the conflict, we're still in the middle of the conflict. In spite of that, we decide to come together to prepare for something called reconciliation. Because in the end, without reconciliation, unfortunately, we will continue to fight and we will continue to wait for the next time, like what happened in those 2 years. So, as people from the first moment participate in the discussion of the Memorial Day, it's like a dream. We start with 200 people and half of them left wing, we know each other from the same family. And to talk about 3 years ago, it was 15,000 in the audience and more than 250,000 around the world. This year we expect around 500,000 people to see this ceremony. It gives people hope that we can be together. And they find themselves in this ceremony because it gives another message. You know why we remember? What's the philosophy of remembering our pain? It's to continue their way. It means we need to prepare our other kids to be killed in a very Ashkenazi way, very Western way, and even without taking responsibility. And we said, because we love our children, we don't want to continue that. And for their memory, we want to make peace. And this is our revenge, to make peace and to prove that we can live together in one state or 2 states or 5 states. And this is the evidence. Otherwise, believe me, we will share Eretz Israel or the Promised Land or the Islamic land or Palestine, as we call it. 2 big graves to our kids, our families, and our children. As long as the Israeli occupation continues, you need to understand that. Even after 3,000 years, we will continue to fight each other. We will continue to sacrifice the blood of our kids from both sides to protect the holy stones of Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the holy place for the Christians, in spite they keep silence right now. It's a holy place for the Jewish people. It's more than holy for us, for the Muslims. We believe the paradise will be there. So with faith, you cannot argue. What I want to say, in spite we love Jerusalem. We kill each other for Jerusalem, but we meet each other under the ground of Jerusalem. And I am not sure if Jerusalem know who we are, if who are exist at all. It's up to us to decide who's more important, our lives or the holy stones of Jerusalem. Both of us have the right to exist there. No one will disappear because the other side wish that. We need to know how to live together, all side by side. Otherwise, unfortunately, the alternative, you know it. So we need to say never again for everyone. Your voice is very important, very more, especially in those days that the Palestinians, especially in Gaza, they are facing a genocide. It's very simple. If you are sensitive of it, ethnic cleansing, as the Minister of Defense says, the Israeli, not the Palestinian. If you're sensitive of it, it's mass killing. If sensitive of it, it's not a genocide, it's not a mass killing, it's not ethnic cleansing. What happened in Gaza there, killing kids and women, it's unacceptable. So the Jewish voice is very important for yourself, for your past, as a moral voice, as Nerdov Shalom Mushat Omer. It's very important to be united with your values. Thank you very much.
The Jewish national poet Bialik wrote that there is no revenge like the revenge of a small kid. The Satan had never created such a revenge. And it's being interpreted in a way that we see today in Gaza. It's being interpreted, I think, in the other direction that the poet meant. The poet meant that when you start revenging, it will never stop with you. When you start revenging, you need to dig 2 graves, one for your enemy and one for your son. And this creates a circle of violence which never stops. And we are moved by the power of our pain. Our pain is tremendous. It's one wound that will never heal. It's 59 seconds out of every minute for the last 28 years for me, 17 years for Bassam. You don't forget, you don't forgive, you don't sleep at night, and you wake up every morning and you have to choose. I will choose this way and not the other way. And this pain gives you an energy. It's up to you how to use this energy. You can use this energy, which is the power of nuclear energy, in order to bring darkness and destruction and pain and death to people. And you can use the same energy in order to bring light and warmth
and hope. So this is what we do at the Parent Circle. It's an organization of about 800 families, Israelis and Palestinians. It's the only organization on earth that does not seek new members. And what we are doing, basically, for the last 30 years, we are banging our heads against these very high walls of hatred and fear that divide our two nations today. And we put cracks in it, little cracks. And through little cracks, a little light comes in. And a little light can drive away a lot of darkness. Until we will put those walls down, because the alternative is too painful and the price is too high. And we have an enormous ally on our side, which is the members of the Parent Circle, the Israelis and the Palestinians who pay the highest price possible. We go around the country. We go from high school to high school. In most places they are not as polite and receptive as you are. You are walking into the open mouth of an active volcano. The earth is shaking. There is a sea of blood between these two nations, a lot of anger and emotions. But most of them, for the first time ever in their life, they see an Israeli and a Palestinian together, which are not fighting, which are calling each other brother, which are not putting their pain on the table trying to compare whose pain is bigger, who started the war, who's to blame. And this side creates an earthquake. And the earthquake creates a crack in the wall. And as I'm concerned, as far as I'm concerned, even if in the end of the class there will be only one kid, Israeli or Palestinian, who nods his head with acceptance to this message, it's a miracle. We saved one drop of blood. In Judaism, one drop of blood is the whole world. And we will keep on doing it to the last breath we have, because we have no alternative, because this activity gives us a reason to get out of bed in the morning, because this activity is being done for the memory of our daughters. Thank you very much.
Hola, buenas tardes. Hello, good evening. Lo primero que quiero decir es que la verdad la razón por la que estoy aquí es para decir que no estoy para nada de acuerdo con lo que están haciendo porque, bueno, como dijo Unamuno, quien calla otorga y por eso pues debo hacerlo. Porque no sé exactamente de dónde sacan esa idea de que puede haber consistencia, que tenemos en cuenta que hay una parte que está cometiendo más agresiones actualmente que la otra y desafortunadamente eso no creo que me lo vayan a negar. ¿Verdad? O sea, lo dice la Corte Internacional y lo dicen varias personas. No, por favor, no hace falta.
No quiere filmación.
Sí, y simplemente quería decirles eso, que me gustaría que tuviesen en cuenta un poco también la realidad, ¿vale? Que es la que nos está tocando y la que desafortunadamente es verdad. Es decir, ahora mismo yo creo que paz no va a ser muy imposible teniendo en cuenta que ahora mismo la balanza de culpa se está dirigiendo más hacia un factor que al otro, especialmente si tenemos en cuenta los factores históricos. Solamente quería decirles esto.
This is not a competition of victimhood. In competitions of victimhood, nobody wins, everybody loses. And the essence of everything that we do in this ceremony, and this ceremony is just an image of the great and deep work that we do is both sides. And the essence of this activity is not to decide who is more victim than the other. Is not to put your pain on the table, trying to compare whose pain is bigger, who start to what, who is to blame. Because in this kind of game, nobody wins, everybody loses. The whole idea, the ceremony tried to show that the pain is the same. And in that sense, we use our pain in order to prevent more pain.
Hello, good evening. I want, first of all, to congratulate you, both of you. It's fantastic what you're doing. And I would like to know, and maybe more of us, what else can we do? Because even if we are a small part of the population in the world trying to get to an agreement, I think we have to quarrel for that. Not quarrel in the good way. Okay.
In fact, my answer is never keep silence. Always raise up your voice. And as I said, to be united with your values. You know, when we talk about Judaism, it's liberty, freedom, cooperation, forgive your enemy or for your neighbor. Maybe the Israelis forget that they are Jewish. What happened now? They have the right to defend themselves, of course, but they have no right to occupy another people's land. They can take revenge. So, as human beings, we need to raise up our voice. Because, you know, no one can live in his bubble today in this world alone. No one can enjoy everything alone, while his neighbor or the rest of the humanity are suffering. Because, you know this saying that when they come to take the communists, I didn't raise up my voice because I am not a communist. When they come to take the socialist, I didn't raise my voice because I am not a socialist. In the end, when they come to take a Jewish, I didn't raise up my voice because I am not a Jew. And when they come to take me, no one remained to raise up his voice for me. So at least to raise up your voice, to be honest with yourself, and never support my country right or wrong. You want to live in a moral country, a real democracy. What happened now in Israel, unfortunately, it's a very clear fascist government. It's dangerous for the Israeli people before the Palestinians. So again, this is a Jewish thing. It's not a Jewish thing. Absolutely no. So you need to raise up your voice against this injustice.
Lo que quiero decir va en el sentido de la primera intervención. En este momento se está cometiendo un genocidio y esto me faltó verlo en el acto. Quiero decir, siempre decimos qué hicieron las autoridades con el genocidio judío, que el pueblo alemán no podía ignorarlo. Y ahora es un genocidio diferente de otras características. Quiero decir que lo que eché en falta fue la denuncia de ese genocidio, que es diferente al anterior, porque la historia no se repite igual, pero que no deja de ser un genocidio.
You know what? I really agree with you. Yes, they should mention the situation as it is. And this is what Combatants for Peace and the Parent Circle are. We don't avoid words. This is the reality. In spite of this genocide, in spite of these difficulties, we will remain together because this is the only way. This is why we are very determined to continue doing what we are doing for the memory of our beloved ones. After the war will end or the genocide will end, we are not going to disappear. We forget to die. The Palestinians will remain. The Israelis will remain. We need to make peace and to learn that after this, especially the last 2 years, it's a proof that only peace agreement can bring peace to the Israelis and justice and security for the Israelis and the Palestinians. Yes, they should address the exact situation in Gaza. There is no Gaza. More than 500,000 people wounded and killed. The rest, they have no place to sleep in. In spite of that, the only solution is to make peace, to have peace agreement. How people stop killing each other, stop any conflict by sit down and negotiate and have justice. Justice for the Palestinians, it means to recognize their right in self-determination, to have their own state with their own borders. Otherwise, as I said before, we will continue to fight each other, unfortunately. For that, it's very important for you, for everyone, especially in Europe, two things: to give up the guilt mentality, because the Holocaust is over, never again, forever. And the other thing, you need to make a pressure on Europe that they believe in two-state solution, to recognize Palestine as a free and independent state. This is the short way to make peace between the Israelis and the Palestinians. If we will leave it to Netanyahu, after 3,000 years, he's not going to recognize Palestine as a state.
Hi, this is Dan. It's been an incredible evening, and I think in the spirit of what Bassam and Rami were saying, I'd like to try and focus on solutions as opposed to focusing on problems. As you've rightly said, we shouldn't be going for victim, who's the bigger victim, engaging in selective humanism or having a victim hierarchy. So I have a question for both of you. What tools do you use to avoid resentments and to practice forgiveness on a daily basis?
We have only one tool, and the tool is our hearts. And our hearts is big, our big hearts. We have place for everyone. And we are trying to convey a message of reconciliation. It's not about forgiveness, and it's not about forgetting what happened. And no one can forget his own pain, but it's about something in the middle between hatred and forgiveness. There is a process called reconciliation, and this is what we are trying to do. We are trying not to dig into our wounds and scratch them and find more ways to feel the pain. We're trying to look forward to the future and find a solution for this very bitter conflict. And the answer is only one. We don't want people to be pro-Israeli. And we don't want people to be pro-Palestinian. We don't want people to import our conflict to their societies. You have enough problems of your own. We demand of you to be pro-peace and to be against injustice and against this ongoing situation in which one people is dominating another people. This is the essence of the problem. It must be solved. It can be solved under one slogan: from the river to the sea, everyone should be free.
No, look, in other words, Rami told you to be pro-Palestinians, which is okay.
Bassam, Rami, thank you so much for being here. In the Eye of the Storm changed my life when I was 15, a very naive young 15-year-old, and it oriented my life in beautiful ways. So I'm very grateful. I'm curious, I think the scale of the violence since 2023 and the scale of so many things, I think for people even on a very determined and seasoned path of a commitment to peace has thrown up a lot of questions for people. So I'm just curious for you whether you've carried your path forward together and in your own ways with such determination over years. But I'm curious whether anything has changed for you in the last 2 years in terms of your own understanding of how to do this work. Has it been just a reconfirmation of the same path you've been going forward? Or given the level of fascism and the horror of genocidal violence, has something changed in you? I'm just curious around that.
The answer is yes, absolutely. We are human beings. What changed for me, and I believe for my brother, in fact, we became more determined. We understand that we need to double our efforts again and again, because what happened proved that we are right, because we talk about it more than 15 years, that one day it will blow up in our faces. You cannot occupy another people and don't expect nothing will happen. It's very normal. It never was quiet. In fact, we don't expect exactly what happened, but it's happened. And it's proof that, you know, even Israel, to compare with the Palestinians, it's a great state. Israel, with United States of America for the Palestinians, with the rest of Europe against the Palestinians, again, we forget to die. We will remain there. Now, the issue is you cannot ignore the Palestinians and make peace with the Saudis or the Emirates or Iraq or Sudan or Canada or whatever. Only the Palestinians are the guarantee of the Israeli security. They will never feel free until I feel free. They will never feel safe until I feel safe. This is the issue. So I believe we become more commitment. We know in the end we will have peace agreement. It's not written anywhere that we are going to continue killing each other forever. I don't work for my sons or grandsons. I want to enjoy this peace by myself. And it will happen, believe me, very soon. Because it's a proof that when I talk about the Holocaust, 6 million victims, after like 4 years, they have peace agreement between Israel and Germany. It's unbelievable. After the 73 war, Yom Kippur war, 5 years, peace agreement with Egypt. This is normal. Will happen. Then people will appreciate peace, to live in democracy. It's exactly like Europe. If you know the history of Europe, it's unbelievable. If you see us now, we will like to compare what happened, we will become a vegetarian. In spite of that, today you enjoy this peace and security. You can go everywhere without visa. So this will happen very soon between the Israelis and the Palestinians. As long as we have noble enemies, noble partners, like Rami Elhanan.
I think there is a terrible error because you are not the messenger of the genocide and you are not the messengers of hatred. All the contrary, you are the messengers of peace, love, and impossible sense of humanity, which is in a very difficult situation this moment. So your witness is completely another one of the question you are you must answer, which is terrible because sometimes I think that people prefer violence and hatred than another way of being, of living. I said it and I repeat that I think your witness is extraordinary for all the humanity, not only for Israel, because for all the humanity, which is in a difficult situation, and I thank you so much. Shalom and good evening.
Shalom uvracha.
Kol tov lachem.
Did you ask a question? There is no question. If you will be happy, there is no genocide, there is no mass killing, there is nothing.
I didn't say that.
I know.
I said that you are not the messenger
I
of
know.
the genocide.
Yes.
You
It
are
means
another message.
Yeah, I know.
That's the important.
I understand. So there are people who don't want even to listen, to hear to this word, and I can understand that. Now our mission is to say the real words, the reality, and in spite of that, we will overcome this situation because this is the reality. We will remain together. And as you said, our message is not only for the Israelis and the Palestinians, it's for everyone. We want to learn and to teach others that we can use our pain in a different way, not only for revenge. So we try to make our globe is much safer and much better for everyone. So we sell love for free. And sometimes we sell love for food.
Que valga lo que una vida. Yo soy un moro judío que vive con los cristianos. No sé qué Dios es el mío, ni cuáles son mis hermanos. No sé qué Dios es el mío, ni cuáles son mis hermanos. No hay muerto que no me duela, no hay un bando ganador. No hay nada más que dolor y otra vida que se vuela. La guerra es muy mala escuela, no importa el disfraz que viste. Perdonen que no me aliste bajo ninguna bandera. Vale más cualquier quimera que un trozo de tela triste. Oh, yo soy un moro judío que vive con los cristianos. No sé qué Dios es el mío, ni cuáles son mis hermanos. No sé qué Dios es el mío, ni cuáles son mis hermanos. Y a nadie le di permiso para matar en mi nombre. Un hombre no es más que un hombre, y si hay Dios, así lo quiso. El mismo suelo que piso seguirá, yo me habré ido rumbo también del olvido. No hay doctrina que no vaya, y no hay pueblo que no se haya creído el pueblo elegido. Oh, yo soy un moro judío que vive con los cristianos. No sé qué Dios es el mío, ni cuáles son mis hermanos.